So, good morning, everyone. My dear students of class 10th A, B, and C. Today we begin with chapter 6 of our supplementary reader Footprints Without Feet. And the name of the lesson is The Making of a Scientist. So, it's about Richard Ebright, who has received a CRL Scholar Award and Scaring Plough Award for Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. It was for his fascination for butterflies that opened the world of science to him. So we'll read and we'll find out how did a book become a turning point in Richard Ebright's life, and how did his mother help him. There are two important aspects in the story. So, at the age of 22, the former Scout of the Year excited the scientist world with a new theory of how cells work. Richard H. Ebright and his college roommate explained the theory in an article in the Proceeding of National Academy of Science. It was the first time this important scientific journal had ever published the work of a college students. In sports, that would be like making the big leagues at the age of 15 and hitting a home run your first time at a bat. What is a home run? You know, baseball. You should know something about the baseball. I shall tell you. A home run in a game of baseball is when the batter scores a run after running safely around all bases and back to the home plate without stopping. A ball hit out of the playing field is also called a home run. So, getting a paper published at the age of 15 in a scientific journal is here compared to scoring a home run while batting for the first time. So, it was for the first time this important scientific journal had ever published the work of a college student. So, an only child, Ebright grew up north of Reading, Pennsylvania. There wasn't much I could do either. He could not do anything else there. He said, and I certainly couldn't play football or baseball with a team at one. But there was one thing I could do collect things. So he did, and that is he ever beginning in kindergarten. Ebright collected butterflies with the same determination that has marked all his activities. He also collected rocks, fossils, and coins. He became an eager astronomer too, sometimes stargazing all night. From the first, he had a driving curiosity along with a bright mind. He also had a mother who encouraged his interest in learning. She took him on trips, bought him telescopes, microscopes, cameras, mounting materials, and other equipment, and helped him in many other ways. I was his only companion until he started school, his mother said. After that, I would bring home friends for him. But at night, we just did things together. Richie was my whole life, and after his father died, when Richie was in third grade, she and her son spent almost every evening in the dining table room If he didn't have things to do, I found work for him. Not physical work, but learning things. His mother said he liked it and he wanted to learn. And learned he did. He earned top grades in school on everyday things. He was just like every other kid, his mother said. By the time he was in second grade, Ebright had collected all 25 species of butterflies found around his hometown. That probably would have been the end of my butterfly collecting, he said. But mother got me a children's book called Travels of Monarch X. That book, which was told how monarch butterflies migrated to Central America, opened the world of science to eager young collectors. At the end of the book, readers were invited to help study butterflies' migrations. They were asked to tag butterflies for research by Dr. Frederick A. Ugot of the University of Toronto, Canada. Ebright's mother wrote to Dr. Ugot, and soon Ebright was attaching light adhesive tags to the wings of monarchs. Anyone who found a tagged butterfly was asked to send a tag to Dr. Ugot. The butterfly collecting season around reading lasts 6 weeks in last late summer. So the next step for Ebright was to one, you don't want catch very many. So the next step for Ebright was to raise a flock of butterflies. He would catch a female monarch, take her eggs, and raise them in his basement through their life cycle, from the egg to caterpillar to pupa to adult butterfly. Then he would tag the butterflies' wings to let them go. For several years, his basement was home to thousands of monarchs in different stages of development. Eventually, I began to lose interest in tagging butterflies. It's tedious and there's not much feedback, Ebright said. In all the time I did it, he laughed. Only two butterflies I had tagged were recaptured, and there was not much than 70 miles from where I lived. So, what we'll read out and we'll find out from these lessons. What lessons did Ebright learn when he does not win anything in the science fair? And the second question, what experiments and projects does he then undertake? Also, what are the qualities that go into the making of a scientist? So these were the few points which should be kept in mind. For the time now, thank you and goodbye. This is half of the lesson. The next 3 pages we'll do it in the next lecture. By the time, thank you, goodbye, and good luck. Please take care of yourself.